Hello and welcome to the Radiant Origins developer stream. I'm joined here today with Silidar. We are here at the Creator Summit 2026. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
It's been a fantastic weekend getting the chance to see all of the other wonderful creators that are here. A lot of them old friends, some of them new friends. So, great opportunities to meet and collaborate with other people. But it has been a fantastic weekend where we got to learn a lot about Pantheon. We played the Pantheon format, and we got to experience it here with each other and with you guys as the developers.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity to give a lot of creators in our community the tools to make high-quality content here. We had a recording room set up, this interview station that the creators could use, so expect high-quality content coming for Pantheon very soon.
Yep, Pantheon's going to be very exciting. I can promise you guys you will enjoy it. Pantheon is great, a lot of cool, very funny moments, very political moments, very heated moments, and a lot of looking at each other like, what is wrong with you? But without further ado, we're gonna get into here, start up the dev stream. We're gonna start going through all of the cool things. I haven't seen any of this, so I'm really excited to get through it.
Yeah, so here's a presentation summary for tonight. First, we're always gonna start with the event reminders. Then we're gonna go over Mordred, the Aurelian Regent Recollection deck, Radiant Origins main set reveals, some lore talk with our lore developer Bell, and some event announcements with Roger and Andy. As you can see here, actually, we're not going to be talking about Pantheon much because we're going to be leaving that to the content creators who are going to be releasing content throughout the next week or two. All right, so Ascent Los Angeles is actually sold out already. It's going to be our biggest NA Ascent by far, and we're excited to have it. It's going to be the Radiant Origins premiere on day 0. It's going to be great. Everyone's going to be playing Pantheon for the first time like the creators did today, or yesterday, I guess. We have Nationals NA with Ascent Las Vegas. The tickets for Las Vegas is already sold out. I think a lot of demand for this event came from that. It's a double premiere event package. The Ascent tickets have sold out, but Nationals have not sold out, and we're prioritizing space for the Nationals, and that's why the space for Vegas wasn't as big. So Nationals is May 8th to 9th, and Ascent is May 9th to 10th.
Yeah, and just to go on with that, how it does say, tickets are sold out. A lot of people do still come to these events even without having a ticket. You can still come and enjoy all the other things. You can pay to play inside events. You can come spectate and enjoy the event. So just because the tickets are sold out, if you were looking to come by anyways, you still have the availability to do that. And sometimes tickets do go up last minute because people will refund them once in a while.
Yeah, maybe you have a friend that's like really good at GA. Maybe they made Nationals day 2, right?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, dude, I got a ticket. You can play the Ascent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's also going to be like Pantheon side events now going on, so maybe that's a good enough region for you to come.
Yeah, we have a lot of good podcasts coming out where people talked about the reasons to come to Pantheon at future events. So make sure you guys watch those soon.
Yeah. Next we have Nationals in Europe on May 23rd to 24th. Then we have the Oceania Nationals, June 6th to 7th. All right. Then we have the Southeast Asian Nationals on the 27th to 28th. And then we have the Gauntlet on the 13th, Worlds 2026, 14th to 16th of August, and the Ascent Worlds, August 15th to 16th. And this is new. The tickets for Ascent Worlds will be on sale February 27th, which is in like 5 days. We'll be talking about more about that later. And then we also have Ascent Osaka on October 31st. Tickets for that will go on sale soon. And then also the previous announced Ascent Dallas in December. Yep. So that's all the event reminders. If you're interested in any of those events, be sure to buy tickets if they're available. First, we're going to talk about Mordred Recollection. What do you think about the teasers so far that we've revealed about Mordred?
Excalibur is going to be great. I hope. But we do know someone who is a little more excited about that. So we'll be inviting content creator Main Deck Dan to join us here for the Mordred Recollection.
Yeah.
Dan,
hey everyone. I'm super excited about this deck. One of the things a lot of the community has really pressed lately is they want easy ways to onboard to the game. I've had an opportunity to see a lot of these cards early as I'm going to be working on Like we often have a video on the channel about diving into the deck, helping you play it better, and it's really an incredible deck for new players to the game and players who want to play on a budget. So I'm excited to show these to you, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm nervous now. Like, it's gonna be like super gas. Okay, I'm excited. Let's take a look at this.
As a review, so we've already revealed that there's a playset of Dungeon Guides in the Mordred Recollection. There's also a playset of Frostborn Paladin, but there's also going to be a playset of Snow Fairy for those that don't know. So
with these being reprinted, are they being reprinted in the DOA arts because Mordred is originally from Cambria?
Yeah. So those are the exact art. Those are the cards. It has the Mordred Recollection set number on that already. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So the next one we're going to talk about is the champion line. So obviously he's a water element champion line, but we're doing something very unique with his line, and he's going to be the first pre-constructed deck that has a divine relic as a spirit.
As a spirit?
All right, so this is a level 0 water element spirit with 15 life with divine relic, which means you can't run any other divine relics. With the ability, Flawless Spirit of Mordred can only level up into a Mordred champion. And the benefit of that is you draw 7 cards like a normal spirit, and then you get to glimpse 4 on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see some more stuff in a little bit that this is going to play into, but obviously we got the players who've been playing Water for a while out there who are already thinking, yeah, I'm ready to imbue a Fractal of Rain or something. I'm ready to set up my deck perfectly.
So it's Spirit of Water plus a Dissonant Fractal Glimpse 4.
That's right. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at this. We got Mordred Burnished Avenger, level 1. So notice this is Flawless Spirit of Mordred lineage. So you have to be playing the Divine Relic, Flawless Spirit of Mordred, to be able to play this, which is great for players who are just getting into the game and don't want to drop money on a Divine Relic for their deck. You already have a powerful spirit built in. And you have this on-enter ability where you're going to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's an attack card, then you can banish it, and you may activate that this turn. So there's a kind of a thing you're digging for when you do that Glimpse 4. And that has a very powerful inherited effect, so I'd love you to talk about that.
Yeah, so whenever Mordred levels up, including when he levels up to level 1, the first attack card you activate that turn costs 2 less to activate. And that's going to play along with a lot of his cards that we'll reveal soon. So, and obviously his level 2 is attack cards in your graveyard have floating memory. Now, there is an avenue where you can not play water, but if you want to do that, you have to play a different level 1 and a different level, and then you have the option of playing a different level.
Yeah, and then you can lineage break into the Mordred Flawless Blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then obviously that inherited effect lets you play cheaper attacks so that they can go through the graveyard more efficiently and get that floating memory for level 2. All right, we're going to show off some attack cards because he's going to have a lot of these in the deck. We have Striking Tides with a Mordred bonus. On hit, you may banish a floating memory card from your graveyard, and if you do, wake up your champion. Now,
Pretty good.
yeah, so if you're Mordred level 2, this card will go to the graveyard before that on hit resolves. So
yeah, due to cleanup. Yeah, okay.
yeah, so you can actually banish that card if you're Mordred level 2, and then wake up, and then use another attack if you want. And if you just leveled up to Mordred level 2, then this attack costs 1.
Cost 1.
Yeah.
So it's opening cut with floating memory and wake up your champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of reprint attack cards in this set too. So there's Invigorated Slash, and this is, as long as your champion has leveled up this turn, it gets +2. So it's a 4 power. It could be up to 4 power, but if you just leveled up, it costs 0, right? So
That makes sense. And then you can on hit, banish it, and wake up.
yeah. So maybe you level up to level 2. You start with the Striking Tides for 1, and then you go to or you can just, I mean, the Invigorated Slash doesn't wake you up, so it's a very big tempo play or burst damage play at level 2 or 1 with either of these. One of Mordred's signature attack cards is Regulus Blitz. It's a 3 reserve, 4 power warrior attack card sword with 2 Mordred bonuses. You may banish a card with floating memory from your graveyard and negate each card activation you don't control unless its controller pays 2. And that's a intent ability. So while this card is in the intent, you have that ability. So extra flexibility if your attack were to be interacted with. The other part is a card in hand ability, where you can pay 2 and discard this card from your hand, and the next non-command attack card you activate this turn doesn't rest this attacker as part of its cost. And this is also an attack card, which means if you use the second ability, the card's going to the graveyard, which will then get floating memory from level 2.
Yeah, just to add a little bit here, obviously what you're seeing is a lot of kind of intricate lines, and I think some players were a little concerned about this deck being, as it is meant for new players to be able to jump into the game with. Is it going to be very dead simple? Is it going to be a deck that isn't going to have some of that competitive power? And you can kind of see a lot of the interactions here that are going to exist in this, and a lot of work that I have to do in the video to help make sure new players can understand some of these lines. So I guess got my work cut out for me, but look out for that.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's gonna teach new players how to do this kind of stuff, I think you are very good at that. The other person I would say who does this fantastic would be Eva. Has fantastic videos. But,
Absolutely.
Talking about this specifically, this card, seeing this come out in a non-advanced element, I think is really cool. One of the early times that we saw this kind of discard from hand effect existed with the Diao-Chan Recollection with the tarot cards. So seeing this in other elements is kind of cool because we get to see how it could bring itself into the game in other avenues as well.
I think it's going to get a little more interesting in a little bit too.
Oh, we're not even there yet, are we? We're not even
No,
close.
we're not.
You haven't seen still
the
level
depth.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Dan said, it is supposed to be a more new player-oriented deck. However, it's not the simplest deck, I would say. I'll give it like a 2 or a 3, like out of 5 difficulty rating.
Ignore them.
Anyways, well, let's go over some more early game cards. We have Drenching Finish. It's a class bonus with an on-kill. So this is more incentivizing you to kill an ally that's in play, and you get to have a target player put the top 3 cards of their deck into their graveyard. And then, so it has a little bit of that self-mill package. Obviously, you want to mill yourself because you have a chance of getting floating memory off of it. The downside is you have to kill something, which means they need to have an ally. So we also added Dummy Trainer, which is a regalia item, warrior device, where you can pay 3 and banish it. You draw a card into your memory, and then the target opponent summons a training dummy token.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
So, if you want early game, if you don't have the line to like rush to level 2, you can take a turn off, play a dummy trainer, finish it off with a drenching finish, and then mill 3. Hopefully, you get a lot of attack cards in there, so you can ramp after you get to level 2.
I really like the thematic backup charger for all different champions, all different archetypes. This whole regalia, 0 cost, pay 3, draw a card into memory, and do something is really cool. So I like, this is very funny thematic to me.
Yeah. All right, so now that's early game. So Mordred level 3 is an exalted level 3 champion with Mordred lineage. And he's 28 life, just like warrior champions are. Mordred can level up into champions of the same base level, and when he does, draw 2 cards. So the same level, side level effect, that's what we call it, as Shadow Reaver. And then he has the redundant ability of floating memory. Attack cards in your graveyard have floating memory, but they also gain Ephemery X, where X is its reserve cost. So now you can start playing attack cards from your graveyard.
So Mordred level 3 can level into any level 3 champion? No. Or did I
No.
did I just misunderstand that?
Lineage rules still apply.
Yeah.
You may notice that the card is on the left side of the screen here, so you will see a little bit in a moment. I just want to point out quick that going back to Regulus Blitz again, you can now discard Regulus Blitz and then ephemerate it on that same turn, and if you leveled to level 3 that turn, it still costs 2 less to ephemerate as well, so because ephemerating is activating. So that'll be pretty cool, but yeah, let's look at this one. There's your Luxem.
Okay.
Mordred, Aurelian Regent. So this is our alternate level 3 Mordred with on enter. Mordred's next attack this turn gets +1 and on hit recover 3. I have a really important ability here though. Whenever you activate a Luxem element card, just say +3, excuse me, yeah, +3. Whenever you activate a Luxem element card, D-level Mordred. So, I mean, we have, of course, Excalibur Blinding Light. which is a card that is very powerful in the warrior class. But if you choose to use that, you have to go back down to your previous Mordred level, which may be Mordred Fated Luminary, and then re-level again in order to use it again in a future turn.
Yeah, or you really need the Luxem card right away and you want to skip the previous level 3, you could do that too. Yeah. No. But if you establish level 3 Exalted first, then you get that draw 2 cards every time you go back to level 3 Luxem. Yep.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So in the lore article, I mean, not the lore article, but like the lore blurb that we had when we posted the product sheet, he's still in Cambria with Gildas, and he's become like the king of fairies, kind of, but it's mainly more of a title because it's Gildas that's the queen of fairies. So we have a bunch of fairy cards in the Recollection deck that's more of like a decorative ally type. So we have Warrior of the Fey Realm with it's a 3-cost 1/2 stealth. And with on enter, you may banish a sword attack card from your hand or memory. If you do, draw a card into your memory. As long as you control a Warrior of the Fey Realm, you may activate the banished card on a later turn.
Also not the so not the same turn.
Not the same turn. So the idea is you play it, and then they have 1 turn to answer it, and if they don't, then you get like a +1. Yep. Next, we have Trickster of the Fey Realm. This one's a stealth, 3-cost 1/2 again, with on enter. Look at the top 5 card of target opponent's deck, banish up to 2 of them, and put the rest back on top of the owner's deck in any order. With on leave, return the banished card to the top of their owner's deck in any order. It's a trickster. Yeah.
I see a third slot, so I'm interested in
Oh,
knowing what
yeah,
that
yeah.
is
So
before
there's another.
reacting to them all.
So this is Gildas.
I knew it. I knew I was waiting for a reason.
Yeah. So Gildas is a 3-cost 4/3. She has a stat line as if she was permanently balanced, right? And because she's a fairy, she has stealth, and she also has vigor. And she has a Mordred bonus. If you pay 2 and rest, you can prevent the next 4 damage that will be dealt to target units this turn. And as long as you control another fairy, this ability costs 2 less to activate.
That's sick.
She's really good.
I'm really glad it's Exalted, though. I'm really glad it's Exalted.
That's a strong ally. Like, it's pretty crazy on the board.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. That's really good. Stealth and vigor. And of course, it has to have a CR.
Yeah, this is the CSR that's available in the Recollection decks, and I don't know. It speaks for itself. I don't know what you have to say about that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, overall, everything with the Mordred deck feels very thematic to this concept of Mordred and Gildas in Cambria. He's honestly taking on more than the Fairy King title in a sense. So I think people will really enjoy this deck both for its like gameplay style as well as the lore implications that come with it. People really like champions, right? They like to cling on to a champion that they like, whether it's Sylvie or Tenoris, or in this case, Mordred or Tristan. So I think being able to expand upon that and bring Mordred into a competitive sense is going to be really, really good.
And the warrior class is like perfect for that, right? Because it's a nice balanced class that has a mix of attacks, fairly signposted, like play route. It's telling you, okay, discard these attacks, play these attacks, get this value. But as you can see, obviously there's a lot still of intricate things that you can learn and a lot of kind of level up opportunity for players as they start playing the deck and start to learn, oh, wait, I could have done this a little differently, got an extra attack off, and it would have changed everything.
I also think it's nice that because the spirit is also a divine relic, because there's 2 champions, it doesn't feel like you automatically lose a material deck slot in the deck. I think that's nice.
Yeah, when you get this deck, there's very few upgrades you'll see that you'll need. So it's great because you already have 4 dungeon guides. You use that to go from level 3 to level 3. You know.
That's true. I think a lot of the earlier complaints about Recollections where people were saying, oh, you have to buy some of these expensive upgrades to put it in the deck. But this deck really does feel like fairly complete, right? 4 Frostborn Paladins, 4 Snow Fairies, 4 dungeon guides. It has a divine relic already. So
yeah,
I mean, it feels pretty good. Also, you have strong allies like right off the bat.
And let's go over some more of the advanced element cards. So we have Rangomiant. Grove's Spire. It's a Regalia weapon. It's a warrior polearm with Spell Shroud. he's more of a weapons master. He's not just, swords, right? So Mordred bonus, as long as an opponent has influence 8 or more, it gets +4 power. So it becomes a 6/3. And whenever a durability counter is removed from this weapon, you may return a card from your memory to your hand.
Whoa. It's a 2-cost weapon?
It's a 2-cost weapon, so it's like kind of like a floating memory sink in the late game. If you don't need your level 3.
I actually really like that it's not a sword because of the whole, like, he is a weapons master. He has access to a lot of things. All right, what else you got for me?
All right, we have a Dauntless Assault. It's a simple exalted sword attack. With on attack, wake up the attacker. That's a Mordred bonus. Now, Mordred can easily swing like 2, 3, or 4 times a turn. And so here's a payoff for if you attack many times in one turn. So it's a 5-cost, 6-power warrior sword attack that costs 2 less to activate for each other attack card you've activated this turn. And it also gets +2 power for each other attack card you've activated this turn.
That's a pretty good finisher.
We call that the Wombo combo.
Is it 5-cost or 6-cost?
It's 5. Sorry.
It's
5 cost,
it's
2
5
less.
cost. It gets cheap, and if you leveled that turn, of course, too, your first one was very cheap, and you can easily string together a few of these and throw it out.
Oh, it's for each as well, so you can
Yeah,
actually
for
get this down to
each.
0.
You can get it down to 0, and if you get it down to at least 0, it's at least a 12
10.
damage attack, which is
Yeah, 12.
which is fine. It's okay. It should feel good though. I mean, that's the really fun thing is that what you're doing in this deck is going to just a player approaching the game will do the thing and they'll go, wow, like, I attacked you for 2 million damage this turn. It was so cool.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things that makes the warrior class really appealing to like newer players, especially with this being like anime-focused game, Western design, is people really like the thematic finisher. Like Onsol is like one of people's favorite cards because it's a very dedicated finisher. So something like this where you can go, okay, I'm gonna attack you with this, wake up, attack you with this, wake up. I'm gonna hit you with this for lethal. Like I think thematically, Mordred is probably the coolest deck that's been created from like a pre-constructed format.
10 out of 10.
2 out of 5.
In difficulty. Yeah. Anyways, that was the last Mordred card we're going to show today. So we're going to have all the cards spoiled on Dan's video later. So that's going to be releasing later. Next part we're going to cover are we're not going to cover much about Pantheon. So we're going to have the content creators here. We're going to make videos for us for the next week and a half or so. So be on the lookout for that. We recorded a lot of content here. Next, we're going to talk about Radiant Origins, the main set. And for that, I would like to invite Isaac and Caben on. We're going to do some swapping around.
Do some swapping around.
We'll see you back in a bit.
I'll be back in a bit, guys. I'm gonna give this to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Do you want the mic?
Yep. How are you guys?
Hi, I'm good. I'm Isaac from True Champion Gaming.
I'm Caben.
Yeah. All right, so unlike how Dan has seen the cards from Mordred Rico, none of you have seen these cards. So
Yeah.
you guys will be reacting to these cards for the first time.
Excited about this.
We will be going, like in the advanced element section, some of the advanced element cards that we have spoiled throughout this event, which because they were in the Pantheon decks. But a lot of these cards will be new to you guys.
Perfect.
Yep. Okay, so, in our product announcement, we said there's going to be a lot of angels. So let's show some more angels. So we have Angelic Vanguard.
3.
This is a 3-cost 2/3 with Advance Imbue 2. And as long as it's imbued, it has Intercept and Retort 2.
That's
For 3?
That's for 3.
For
That's
3?
three.
What are you talking about? Whoa.
Yeah, so no class bonus. You can play this on level 0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just kills Asins and Frost Swords.
Oh, that's,
Don't attack into it.
that's pretty good. I'm fine with that.
We also have Benediction Angel with 2-cost 1/1 with Imbue 2. On enter, if it's imbued, you draw a card to your memory and imbue and recover 2.
Hey, you like draw cards?
Yeah, this one is much better than the other one. This one says draw, so yeah, this is a really interesting way to maybe do that windmill engineer effect without having to commit to a huge like wind core. I like that a lot.
Speaking of Windcore, Wind Merlin.
I mean, you can still just escape the wreckage with this though. There's a lot of decks where like we already want to play escape the wreckage with dungeon guides, but sometimes you're like, struggling to find other good targets to get value, like, there you go.
I like this a lot.
Riley likes this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also have Reverent Seraphim. So it's a 3-cost 0/3 with Imbue 2, Advance Imbue 2, and as long as it's imbued, other allies get -1 power.
Oh, -1.
It's a very defensive card.
I mean, in this game, 1 power is such an important threshold a lot of the time. That's like really fascinating.
Also, I'm a little Pantheon brained from this whole weekend. That's a pretty good. Everyone. Yeah, I mean that's gonna just slow the game way down.
That's the issue. Is the game's going too fast. No, I mean those barriers are not breaking anytime soon. Remember our game earlier, swinging with just guides the entire game. They don't do anything now.
All right, we also have some basic element angels. So we have one called, what's it called? Cauterizing Seraphim. And anyways, thanks in the background. We have Advance Imbue X. And on enter, if this ally was imbued, deal X damage to all other norm and basic element allies.
A board clear early on.
Do you understand how this card works? Yeah, okay. So X
I'm
can be,
reading this right, yeah.
X can be 1 through 4. It could be more actually, but you probably wouldn't be able to imbue it, right?
Yeah,
So you can say if you have 3 advanced element cards in your hand, you can declare 3 as X, and then you can imbue 3 advanced.
Yeah.
This is, you can purge in flames even earlier now, Dan.
You know I love purging that board. That's
Yep.
really good.
This is a very, very solid card.
Because it's on an ally, and it's potentially, again, like you clear the board, escape the wreckage. Like,
Cremation ritual. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just cremation it after for value. Like, that's wild.
Yep, and then we have Fount Seraphim. So Advance Imbue 2, 3 costs 1/4 with Taunt. That's a very good baseline. With on enter, if it's imbued until the beginning of your next turn, allies your opponent's control enter the field rested.
Ooh. So Lunette.
Rude. I'm mad already. Stop.
Yep.
Yeah, this is pretty cool as well. Very good defensive option.
Yeah, and then we have Tempestuous Seraphim with fast activation and Advance Imbue 2. It's a 3-cost 2/2 with on enter as a spell. If this Seraphim was imbued, deal 4 damage to target attacking ally.
That's really nice. That's a lot of protection.
That's disgusting. Yeah. Reclaim.
Yeah, I think this is the most like 1v1 competitive angel that we've seen from this batch. That is pure value.
Now, there's like a theme with these. They're like mainly defensive and like board control-y, and that's meant to like help these advanced elements get to unlocking their advanced element. That's like the theme that we see across all the angels, right? So one of the angels we spoiled before was Haniel, the Archangel of Spectra. We're gonna go ahead and reveal the other 3 archangels here too. So let's go over Azrael, Archangel of Materia.
Exio Norm. Or Exio Neos. Ooh, Neos.
Yep, so he's a 3-cost 2/2 unique ally, Assassin Angel. Exia Neos with Imbue 3, which means you can imbue with Neos and Exia cards. And if you do, he has on enter as a spell, destroy another target non-regalia, non-champion object with reserve cost 3 or less, and its controller summons a spirit shard token.
This is Norm too. Like
Yes.
you can play her like obviously just turn 1 technically.
You could, yeah.
This
Do
is
you know
really
what a
solid
spirit
removal.
shard token is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one that you get with the fragmented
Fragmented, yeah,
spirits.
yep.
So if they don't go to level 3, then you just destroy a thing. And they don't have any use for that spirit shard at all if they have no way to get to 3.
Yeah, if you're playing against like a fractals or something like that, yeah, that's a very tricky thing.
Against fractals, Caven, I'm sorry. This is going to destroy the fractal and give you a shard you can't do anything with.
And we can also just bounce it repeatedly.
But it is a Fantasia. You will still have a Fantasia. That's a little tricky.
This is cool. Any board that's trying to build stuff up, but also it's any non-champion, non-regalia. So you can just kill off allies, right?
Sure can.
Yeah.
Non-champion,
Yeah. So, well, thank you.
There are regalia allies, but they're 12 cost.
Well, my thought was even like allies or just removal. You kill off an ally, then you also swing 2 and kill off another ally. So it's just really like dual purpose.
Now, these are very hard to imbue. Imbue 3 is a big ask. So unlike the previous like basic element and norm element angels with easier conditions like Imbue 2. So don't expect this unless you're running a really heavy advanced element deck. And Azrael is the Archangel of Materia, which is the dual classification of Neos and Exia, which is like opposites of destruction and creation, basically.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's really cool, actually. Hey, it's yours and my decks.
It is. Yeah.
All right, next we have Ariel, the Archangel of Natura.
Terra.
So she's a 3-cost 1/3 with Crux Terra imbue. On enter, if she's imbued, reveal the top card of your deck and put it into your material deck preserved. Then you may banish a card from your material deck, and if you do, Ariel gets +3 power until end of turn.
Whoa.
I gotta actually think about this card.
So it kind of replaces itself because you get that preserve card, and then you could just use it as a 3-cost, deal 4 damage to like an ally or something, right? So it'd be a very interesting way to like control the board a little bit, get a big swing, deal with that Asin or Frostborn that's beating you down as you're trying to get to level 3. And then if you put a really important card into your material deck, you can just grab that next turn, take a turn off from leveling, and if you don't, you can just save it for later, right?
It doesn't quite replace itself, of course, because it preserves it, which means you then have to spend a materialized phase to get the card. But preserve is always so powerful because you get to see exactly what it is. You can decide it's a GCR, but you know what this thing is going to be at some point. I have to shout out Taylor, world champion Taylor, who has been struggling with Water Assassin Merlin, trying to make this deck work. And he told me the other day, I just need a card to deal with Asin Protectors and Frostborn Paladins. And we were joking. We were like, maybe the Crux Imbue will help you do it.
That's-
literally what this does.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yep. And then obviously the last one, the last 2 elements are Arcane and Astra. So this is Raziel, Archangel of Libra. With the on-enter, if Raziel is imbued, banish 2 cards at random from your memory, and if you do, glimpse 3, and then put the top 2 cards of your deck into your memory. And she's a 1/3, 3-cost.
That seems really good. I don't even know about Astra. I'm just thinking about Rye right now, like Arcane.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's very interesting. Being able to even get further down into your dungeon guide or something like that too with the glimpse, right? Like Arcane is usually an element or a deck that really wants to play a lot of advanced elements. So imbuing this is probably going to be a little bit easier, I think. With that imbue 3, you just naturally have so many, and then playing this, getting to level up after playing this because you have cards in your memory, but also glimpsing the top to get a card that you can actually play, filtering through some advanced elements while fueling your win con of arcane cards in the banishment. This seems very strong.
Yeah.
This could banish 2 Cosmic Bolts and +4 your next bolt. And then it can start calling it.
The Star Call. Yeah.
That's funny. I like
There's also we're forgetting about our new Diana, who can also do Aether Calling and stuff like that too.
True. I don't want to banish my Cosmic Focuses, though. I'm sorry. I want those in my hand. But that's the kind of the interesting thing is that we have a lot of decks that just want to build Tristan has been one of the staples of this. You have 4 Shadow Strike. You maybe have a Penumbral Waltz. You maybe have 3 Shadow Strike, actually. You maybe have a Spirel. You maybe have an Umbracite. I'm interested to see if these push people's deck designs to be thicker and thicker on the advanced elements, because if they're strong enough, then they can do that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the design goals with Radiant Oranges is like let more advanced element cards. Yeah. So we would be happy if like people ran like 5 to 10 more advanced element cards on average, which seems like a lot, but I mean these angels are very cool, right? So this one is great because if you're like saying Rye, you need to banish a lot of arcane cards to get levels anyway. When you imbue 3, it's not really random, right? They're gonna be arcane cards, right?
Yeah.
So. Yep. So what if you want to run some of these angels, like a lot of them, right?
Spirit of Angel.
We have some angel support as well. So this is a Seraphic Legion's Descent. It's a unique exalted norm angel, a mage angel spell with on enter. Search your deck for any amount of angel ally cards. Banish those cards along with any amount of angel ally cards from your hand, memory, and or graveyard, and shuffle your deck. Then draw a card into your memory for each card banished from your hand and memory this way. And then a level 3+, pay 1 rest ability. Until end of turn, you may activate target card banished by Seraphic Legion's Descent.
Okay, so wait. We're just going to banish every angel in our deck.
Yes.
Have them waiting on the side,
Yes.
ready, and then every turn you can just choose, I'm going to activate this one. So it's technically a +1 every single turn because you're activating a card not out of hand.
Thinning your deck.
You do thin your deck massively.
Really
Yep.
important.
Yeah, that's huge.
Thinning your deck and gaining the consistency from just playing this card and like, yeah, just make sure you're gonna draw the actual cards you want to draw, and then maybe cycle with those angels or do whatever you need to fuel your win con, while again just thinning your deck.
Yeah, because this is Exalted, right? So you're only doing this when you're level 3. At that point, you don't need all of those like help you level up cards like the Arcane Angel that we just saw. And so yeah, being able to just go like, okay, I got to level 3. I don't need to get there anymore. I'm just gonna put only good cards in my deck now, basically. That's a really cool way to make your value engine to help you get there a little bit smaller with these angels, because you don't have to run these combo pieces necessarily, and then get rid of your value engine when you don't need it anymore. Very interesting.
Yeah, I have played enough Crux and drawn enough hands in late game of 3 of Hearts and Liminal Guides. But I'm really interested in the fact that all these angels are advanced imbue, and the fact that if these are your norm cards in your deck, and you just banish now all of your, basically nearly all of your non-advanced element cards, and now you are only top decking advanced element cards for the rest of the game, more or less. That's really fascinating.
Very, very good.
But they can kill the Fantasia, so that's
But-
you be aware of that.
They can kill it, but like even at that point, you thin your deck. You might be okay, just like very okay with that. So.
Also, even if they kill it, this comes in untapped, and you can tap it, pay 1. So, like, most likely you'll be able to like, kind of replace this card, even if they're going to try to kill it right away. And again, you already got like the really good effect of thinning everything. I also love that this card, as long as I'm reading it correctly, hits deck, hand, memory, and graveyard. So you're not going to be like, oh, well, I drew 6 of my angels, and so I'm not deck thinning very much. Like, it's going to hit every zone. So it's not going to feel bad some games. It's always going to feel consistently good, I think.
Yeah, you could also, if you really wanted to, you could just play your Archangels, like, you know, turn after turn after turn, because you'll get like 3 of them, maybe, or 4, maybe 4, right? So, yeah. Just think about those Angels effects again, too, yeah.
I mean, imagine running this in Arisana, and you just run a ton of Angels, and you go pop Polaris, shuffle 10 Cosmic Bolts in, use Seraphic Legion's Descent, get rid of all my Angels, and now I have a 20-card deck with half Cosmic Bolts in it. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. All right, so this ultra rare in particular is a double printed ultra rare. So that means it's you'll find it at the double rate compared to other ultra rares, and the other, because there's 2 arts of it. Ooh. So this one is featuring Ariel. Right.
That's awesome. That's yeah, that's really fun.
All right, next topic. We're done talking about angels for now.
Okay.
So another thing we teased recently in one of our trailers was suited.
Ooh, I'm excited for this.
This is all you, Isaac.
All right, so we've spoiled 8 of spades before. Let's talk about 8 of hearts. It's a smaller spoiler. It's an 8 cost, obviously, a 3/2. While paying for this card's reserve cost, you may sacrifice up to 2 suited allies with reserve cost 4 or less. Each ally sacrifices away pays for 3 of this cost.
Not bad.
It could be as low as a 2 cost 3/2, which is an aggro play if you need it for the burst finish. Cardistry 8, draw 2 cards. With the cardistry reminder, like effect, well, it's a real effect, but it's kind of like a reminder of for text at this point. The ability costs 1 less to activate for each suited object you control with different reserve costs.
Have we had a bad draw 2 card effect, really?
I was about to ask Caben, how do you feel about cards that say draw 2 cards?
They're usually pretty good. This seems great in an aggro suited deck where you can just like kind of flood the board, use your board after you attack to drop more pressure, and then use its effect to refuel your hand. Also very interesting to use this to like manipulate your reserve cost on board for cards like, you know, Rogue and Noir and stuff. Very interesting card.
Yep, and then we also have a pretty fun card. This one says draw 2 cards. We have a one that says draw 3.
Well,
All right, it's called
10 out of 10.
Table Straight. So, a 3-cost mage suited spell action. Reveal any amount of suited cards from your memory, and depending on the length of the longest consecutive streak of reserve cost among cards revealed this way, and suited allies you control, if it's 2, 3, or 4, you draw a card. 5 or 6, you draw 2 cards, and 7 or more, you draw 3 cards.
this is sick.
This is all I wanted suited to have.
Yeah, yeah.
I want the full poker hands. Let's go. This is great.
Yep.
I love this card. This is awesome.
All
My whole goal is to do exactly this and try to also at the same time do them back to back.
Are you going to build suited in Pantheon, Isaac?
I will 100% build suited in Pantheon.
All right, so this is a support for like older archetypes of suited. Obviously, we revealed blue Ace of Diamonds, and she is the first diamonds suited archetype.
What does
And-
Bolt of Diamonds do?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll, see. We'll reveal that.
Doesn't matter.
But the intention is that they're not meant to be played with hearts. They're supposed to be a separate deck. However, you can try it in Pantheon. Everything goes crazy in Pantheon.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
So, yeah. So, one cost 1/1 with on enter, generate up to X Bolt of Diamonds cards and put them into your memory. X is 0. But depending on the amount of total reserve costs of suited objects you control, X is 1, 2, or 4 instead, right? And it has floating memory. It's like a croaking webfoot with upside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a unique.
But it's not a frog, which
It's not a frog, so it's not strictly power crept.
yeah.
You're welcome, Clem.
Anyways, let's look at some more diamonds. So we had blue. Here's 4 of diamonds. It's a 4 cost 1/3 with retort 3. Cardistry 4, reveal up to 2 suited cards from your memory. For each card revealed this way, generate a Bolt of Diamonds card
what do they mean?
and put it into your memory. And this ability costs 1 less to activate for each suited object you control with different reserve costs. Activate this ability only once.
It's retort 3. That's pretty good.
This card almost says draw 2.
Yeah. True. Here's a Bolt of Diamonds. 2 cost fast, deal 1 damage to target unit, and if you're level 2
Sick.
plus, it costs 0.
This is great. This is cool. I love
This is very cool.
This is 10 out of 10.
It breaks spell shields. It's so cool. Yeah. If you can go to level 2, now spell shields can't stop any of your damage either, or crystallized destiny.
And we can do poison dagger and then just play a bunch of these for level 2.
Yo, let's go! Poison dagger's so sick.
It's a burst asunder at home.
Yeah, Cabin, this is Burst Asunder. It's better.
All right. So when we released suited hearts and spades, there were a few cards with class bonuses, and that's mainly for the attacking champions, such as Guardian, Assassin, and Warrior. Diamonds will be class bonus towards Cleric and Mage.
Nice.
Bubble
Mage.
Bubble
Bubble
Mage.
Mage. Yep.
That's crazy.
So we have 2 of diamonds. It's a 2 cost 1/2 with retort 2, with simple ability 2 cost and power 2.
Cool.
A lot of times that's just free, right?
Yeah.
We have 3 of diamonds, a 3 cost 1/3 with retort 3. Pay 3 to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 of them into your graveyard, and the rest back on top of your deck in any order.
Like a Tide Diviner effect, right?
Yep.
I don't draw a card. But
You don't draw a card.
You don't draw a card, but you do get to
Or you mill-
selectively
yeah, sorry.
mill a blue for a float or something.
Yep. Now we have 5 of diamonds.
Oh,
It's
it's a
a-
weasel.
So it's a 5 cost 1/4 ally tamer suited animal weasel with cardistry 5. Draw a card into your memory. Very basic, and then it has floating memory.
Very solid.
This is very interesting to see, like, kind of a different take on suited allies, right? Because it's a little bit less power than the norm in the fire, but obviously a little bit more value and such. So very cool to see like an allies deck like that.
Yeah, I think you like value too.
Yeah, I mean, and I also like weasels, so this is just perfect.
And there's a lot of retort. And as a reminder of what retort does, is it gets that much power while retaliating. Yeah. So it's if you're trading into these with allies, it's going to trade really well. Yep.
More mortal ambition. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean that's a really interesting way to distinguish it from the fire suited that we've seen, where putting retort on these makes you think, actually, I don't need to attack for 1. I'd rather this thing just punish them if they try to get rid of it, because you're trying to build a board in suited.
I realized just now that we didn't put any actually cleric and mage class bonus suited cards in this presentation,
was
but
thinking that.
but there will be some spoiled in the future, and that empower to plays into that. Okay, so we did reveal the character design for the 6 of diamonds, and this is what she does. So it's a 6 cost 1/4 with spell shroud stealth. Cardistry 6. The next 3 times a suited spell source you control will deal damage that turn. It deals that much damage plus
That's
3
pretty
instead.
good.
That's better than Bubble Mage.
Yeah, that's better than Bubble Mage. It might be a little bit better than Burst of Sunder in some cases.
Yeah, Cabin.
Burst of Sunder sucks.
Very, very interesting card.
Spell Shroud Stealth too.
What a combo. Has that ever been good on an ally? Like just those 2 keywords?
with 4 health, so it's not going to die to some random like board wipe or something. Yeah, this is a very cool card to play on turn 1.
It's a very sticky card that helps reduces cardistry very,
Yeah.
very often. Yep. Yeah, and you're probably not going to have any other 6 cost cardistry cards probably. Yep.
Very cool card.
Yep. All right, that's all for suited. Let's talk a bit about slimes.
Please, let's do this.
There's not that much slimes to show, just some more
There's
basic
none,
stuff.
actually.
Yeah, there's a spread of slimes from like Norm and like there's a couple of new advanced ones too, but we're not going to show any of those here. There's a slime swarm.
Summon baby slime.
So it's a 3-cost 1/1 with a class bonus on enter. Summon 2 baby slime tokens. They're just 1/1 slimes.
That's adorable.
That's a lot of slimes.
That's a lot of slimes. And if you play like a board anthem effect,
Yeah.
it likes that. We also have a banner slime.
Let's go. This is so cool.
So it's a 2-cost 1/2 with class bonus rest. Other slime allies you control get +1 power until end of turn. So if
That's
you're
awesome.
already building slime Pantheon decks, this will help you a lot.
I can't wait to displace my slime swarm.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
We also have a new basic element slime for each basic element. We have a dewy slime.
Aw.
We'll go a bit faster. We're gonna go infernal slime. And this wind slime.
It's like a frostworm
Yeah,
paladin.
mini Frostworn.
So dewy slime is intercept 0/1.
Whoa.
Banish a floating to draw a card and recover 2. Infernal slime is pride 2, return of pride. On death, you may banish 2 fire element cards from your graveyard. If you do, deal 4 damage to each champion.
That's pretty cool.
And Roosing Slime is on enter. You may rest it to wake up another slime
Wind
ally
wake
you
up combo
control.
slimes.
Sorry?
Wind wake up slimes.
Yeah, Wind Wake Up Slime, yeah. Yep. We called it in testing the second Wind Slime. Yep. Yep. There'll be more slimes later. Here's a new archetype coming to RDO.
What?
Raccoons.
I understand why you guys were invited to this now.
It's a portly raccoon. Oh, it's a 3-cost 2/3 with on enter. You may reveal 2 raccoon
cool.
cards from your hand and/or memory. When you do, target opponent banishes a card from their graveyard.
I love that the raccoons are about hurting the opponent's influence and not you gaining influence. That's so cool.
Here's a buddy raccoon.
Fast activation. We return another
It's
target
a
raccoon
2-cost 1/2 with fast activation for class
Mini
bonus. On enter, you may return another target raccoon ally you control to its owner's hand.
Wait, is this toxic? This might be toxic.
This is cool.
Yeah, and we also have a banner raccoon.
As long as they have no cards or other raccoons allies have +1. Interesting.
No cards in their graveyard.
Yeah, so
Thurble goes
raccoons.
so hard.
Raccoons really want an empty graveyard
That's super.
from your opponent, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
spirit of purity.
Yep. We also have Bandit Gaze Leader. It's a unique ally tamer animal raccoon with on enter scavenge 6 for a raccoon card. So scavenge is a new keyword in RDO. It means to reveal that many cards from the top of your deck or until you reveal the specified card. So you reveal up to 6 cards from your top of your deck until you reveal a raccoon card and you put it into your hand. You put on the rest on the bottom.
You can also then bounce this to hand and do it again.
Yeah, and then raccoon allies you control have rest banish target
That's cool.
card in a graveyard.
Sorry, Merlin.
I can't wait to play raccoons against Mordred.
Mordred's weakness is raccoons.
Yep. Yeah, there are actually a lot of archetypes supported in RDO, so this is like a new one we wanted to like
That's super
show
cool.
show off here. Let's talk about older archetype support. And over the last 3 years of Grand Archive, everyone has been using Dungeon Guide to level up. So not only are we stabilizing the way of champions leveling up by adding angels, we're also adding new ways for champions to level up.
Okay.
So here's one that Kevin will like because he's a Jin enjoyer. Flagrant Guide. 3-cost 1/3 with on enter. You may level up your champion. That's without paying costs, by the way. And if you do, deal 6 + X unpreventable damage to it, where X is 4 times that champion's base level.
Buying 4 foils, hit me up.
So if you're leveling up to level 3, this is going to deal 18 damage to do it.
Let's do it. Sign me up.
We have Discover the Divine. It's a 3-cost mage spell. You remove 4 enlightened counters from your champion. If you do, level up your champion.
You guys don't know, well, unless you watched the live stream,
Yeah.
with a live video we did where Isaac was playing the most unhinged enlightened counter combo in Pantheon. This is cool.
This is also an action mage,
Yeah.
so you will trigger your level 2 and go up to So you could potentially only have 3 enlightenment counters and resolve this.
Yeah, exactly. We also have Radiant Origin of Warrior. It's a 3-cost Fantasia Warrior Trial with Omni Shroud. Whenever your champion attacks using a weapon, put a training counter on this Fantasia. And it may pay 3 and sacrifice it to level up your champion, and only if there are 4 or more training counters on this.
Crazy sideboard card.
I have a question. Are there other Radiant Origins and Radiant Origins?
Yeah, so there's one for each class. Yeah, so so yeah,
That
there's
is
going to be a lot of ways for champions to level up. So you don't have to run Dungeon Guide all the time. You know, you might have a strategy that might prefer a different way to level up, right?
Wow, that's really fascinating, and I love that these like play into what the class kind of innately wants to do as well. That's wow.
Maybe we'll start to see Heavenly Guide in a more constructed X 1v1.
Yeah, more than one copy sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, now we're just going to go over advanced elements. Some of these advanced elements we have seen a lot of, so they're going to be mainly cards we've seen before. But feel free to drop your opinions on them of how they played across the weekend, okay? So first we have the advanced element Astra. We have Redirect Orbit, which was
Yeah.
shuffle any amount of cards from your hand and or memory into your deck, and then draw that many cards to your memory. Then it's also Celestial Navigation, with his Glimpse 5 with floating memory, fast. And we also have Starlit Apothecary.
That one. That one.
That one did so many cool things.
Yeah, so it's
Definitely the coolest Astra card that we've seen, yeah.
Yep. It's a 3-cost unique domain, Cleric, Market, and Arsana bonus at the beginning of your recollection phase. Summon a token copy of target potion or herb you control unless an opponent pays 4, and if it's summoned a potion, it becomes brewed.
Yeah, this is super, super cool.
She
you know
started
how-
like a side business or
Do you-
something. Yeah.
I hope it's successful for her. Unless you pay 4, basically just means it always happens. Nobody ever has 4 to pay for anything. You can't go hands down, you lose.
Yeah, and also like in a 1v1 format, you know, you're taxing your opponent 4 is just like unplayable, right? Or like for your opponent, yeah, you're almost always going to copy this. And I was able to play this a little bit, and I had like a Serum and a healing on board, and just being able to basically choose, do I want to heal, do I want to glimpse and draw? It felt incredibly strong.
Yep. Next we have Crux. We have, yeah, this one was in the deck. Wisp Protection, a 2-cost fast cleric spell reaction. Prevent the next 4 + X damage will be dealt to target unit this turn, where X is the amount of Regalia on the field. That
Yeah.
includes every
Yeah,
Regalia.
in Pantheon, this was insane. Someone did it, didn't realize it was the entire field, and they're like, yeah, I'll prevent like 5, or like it was like 8, and we're like, no, it's like 20.
We have Templar of the Eternal.
Yeah.
4-cost 4/3 with the intangible Geist effect. Can't be dealt combat damage. And then 2, and return a Regalia you control to its owner material deck. Put a buff count on it, and it gains Spell Shroud until end of turn.
This is super cool.
Kind of hard to deal with. Kind of a mini
Very
boss
sticky.
monster. We have Sabella, Gossamer Penance. 3-cost 2/2 unique ally warrior human with class bonus on enter. Choose a Sword Regalia card with memory cost 1 or less from your banishment and put it onto the field. Put a bond counter on it, and it gets +2 power for as long as you control Sabella.
We had a little Pantheon game with Alan, and he in Pantheon uses multiple times, and that's in Pantheon. So I'm not looking forward to people playing this in an actual deck that builds around it. It's very strong. It's with Drawn Blade or other stuff.
Yeah, 3/1 Drawn Blade is nearly a prismatic edge. You just get to get it back all the time.
Yeah, also on leave, sacrifice each Regalia with a bond count on it. This card is also, you can find as a CSR in the RDO event packs.
Sick.
In Luxem, we had Light Veil Agent, 2-cost 2/3 stealth, class bonus, and whenever you recover, put a buff count on it. Pretty simple. 2-cost Luminous Surge. It's a action cleric assassin spell, slow. And it targets unit's next attack that's going to get +3 power, and you recover 3. And whenever you reveal this card from your memory, target unit's next attack this turn gets +1 power. So, kind of like a mix of both defensive and aggressive, and also an alternative to Light Weaver's Assault. Now you have 2 things that could deal damage when you reveal it instead of just 1. We have Ilion. This is a unique ally assassin human, class bonus stealth, and also class bonus whenever you recover an amount, it gets that much power until end of turn. And if that amount is 4 or more, it also gains unblockable until end of turn.
Yeah, something I want to point out was, just for people who might not know, even if you recover down to 0 and you're not recovering anything, this still triggers those effects.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Ilion is also a CSR that you can get from event packs. Next we had Terra, Roots of Tomorrow. Simple Terra card, 1 cost, fast. Reveal the top card of your deck and put it into your material deck preserved, and draw a card into your memory.
That was cool.
Very good.
Yep. Flourishing Chi.
I didn't see this one.
Do you want to explain this, Dan?
Yeah, this is a little bit of a complicated spell, but it's really fun. I did get to use this in a game that we played on camera today, so look forward to that video coming. I think that's on Red Zone Rogues channel. This is 4 cost. Action mage spell, slow speed. Whenever your shifting currents change from facing any direction to north, while this card's activation is on the effects stack, you put 4 charge counters on the card while its activation is in the event on the stack. And then when it finally resolves, you deal level plus X damage to target unit, where X is the amount of charge counters on the card's activation. So, yeah, while it's on the effects stack, before it resolves, you want to use all your fast speed spells using Kongming's ability to rotate your shifting currents every time you activate a spell to go from north to east or west, back to north to east or west, back to north.
That's cool.
And the number of times you can successfully get to north, it adds 4 damage every single time.
Very solid win con.
Yeah, I mean, Kongming in Pantheon will have a bigger hand than you realize. She's kind of crazy. So it's if she gets the right cards, she can play a lot of spells on that turn.
Yeah, that's very cool.
All right, and we also have a Verger of Preservation. It's a 3-cost unique Fantasia mage spell with Kongming bonus. Whenever your shifting currents change to facing the next clockwise direction, reveal the top card of your deck and put it into your material deck preserved. And you can pay 3 and sacrifice it to empower X, where X is twice the amount of preserved cards in your material deck. But only do it if you have 5 or more preserved cards in your material
It gets them in there quickly.
Yeah, I used this today too. It was crazy.
This card will make you public enemy number 1. It so quickly just stacks all those preserved, and you just start to do that math like, wait a second, you can empower like 30, and it gets scary.
Okay. Yeah, so now we're going over the other 4 advanced, and since we didn't make Pantheon decks for those, these are going to be new cards for you. Right?
Sick.
All right, let's go with Arcane first. We have 2 cards here. We have Reversal's Polarity. It's a 2-cost Fantasia mage spell, and whenever an Arcane element card activation you control is negated, you get to deal X damage to target champion, where X is that card's reserve cost.
Amazing.
That's so cool.
It's not unique.
It's not unique.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, Advent's pretty good.
We also have 15-cost Ionize Asceticism, an action mage spell, Ride bonus, efficiency. Banish all cards from your hand and memory, then draw 7 cards. Until the beginning of your next turn, your champion gets minus 10 level.
No. Why? Why did you do this?
What? It's because it's fun. It's fun.
That's
We gave it a couple nerfs, though.
couple nerfs, yeah.
You can copy this with Mana Weaver.
Yeah, Mana Weaver go minus 20.
Yep. Okay. We have Exia cards, some new Exia stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's go.
We have
really just woke
Crimson Rupture. This is a very simple one. 3-cost, fast. Destroy target item or weapon, and if damage 20 plus, it costs 2 less.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't say draw a card, so I'm just waiting for those.
We have 1-cost Deflecting Advantage, fast action. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target unit this turn from sources you don't control for every 3 damage counters on your champion. With a gen bonus, you get to choose a polearm weapon you control and trigger each of its on-enter effects, then put a durability counter on it.
This I like. You know why? Because you can draw a card with this.
Yep.
Very cool card.
Yep. We have Neos.
Ayo.
Isaac?
We have our lead tester's favorite card on here. Oh, okay. He's not here anymore, but yeah. It's a simple 2-cost 5/5. It's a 2-cost 2/2, but it gets +1 power and +1 life for each of up to 3 tokens you control.
Yes.
Automaton.
And
It's
the
an
Guardian
automaton.
Automaton, yeah. We also have Tor, Realmwaker Colossus.
That just looks cool.
It's like a big boy.
It looks like a big boy. I
This
gotta
is a
read it.
3-cost unique domain, Guardian Siegeable Construct Golem, and it can attack as though it were an ally. And it gets +1 power for every 4 durability counters on it. And as a class bonus on enter, sacrifice up to 3 domains, and for each domain sacrificed this way, put 2 + X durability counters on tour, where X is that domain's reserve
That's a
cost.
big boy.
That's a big boy.
That's a very big boy.
CSR?
Oh. We'll see.
All right.
And obviously
I like
the
that.
last element, Umbra. I think this one, Chasing
damn, I
Shadows,
guess.
was in
take
one of the
that.
Pantheon decks you guys were using. So this is a 2-cost Fantasia Assassin spell. On enter, you gain agility 3 for this turn. And Tristan bonus, whenever you gain agility, allies you control named Ominous Shadow gets +1 power until end of turn.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's cards in the Pantheon decks that have more agility sources that we've
Yeah,
seen it, and agility is already really strong, so it's really cool to have this.
Yeah, and it stacks really well with each other. If you get a second one, then it triggers both of them from before. Yeah. Here's one, Blight's Ring. It's a 0-cost Regalia item, Cleric Curse Ring, and you pay 4, tap it, and draw a card into your memory. Then put Blight's Ring on the bottom of target champion's lineage with inherited effect. At the beginning of the recollection phase, deal 1 unpreventable damage to this object.
Love this.
I heard Foam react to that.
That's cool.
Very, very cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Alice, that's Diana, that's probably CL for Caven.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right, we have Visceral Inversion. It's a 1-cost action cleric spell reaction. Target attacking ally gets -5 power until end of turn. If this card was ephemeral, that ally gets -5 power, 5 life instead. Sorry, and then you can ephemerate it for 3.
So there is of the rentable decks we had this weekend. There's an Alice Pantheon deck that uses a boon to have access to both fire and water.
Yeah.
And if you have been, I know there's a lot of players out there who love Alice but haven't been happy with her results competitively.
Well, let me stop you there. This isn't a Spectre card, so
It is a Spectre card. You're right.
it loses ephemerate.
So it loses ephemerate.
So this is more of a
you're right.
like a other Umbra champion.
Why'd you do that? Well, okay. Regardless, Alice is really fun.
Okay.
But you're right. It's too intricate. Okay. It's still really cool.
All right, that's all the spoilers we have for RDO. There's going to be a lot revealing later. We do want to cover some more spoilers for the product itself. We have our curio foil for a set called Aurora. I didn't bring the foils. Could I have someone bring it up to me, please? Sorry, so I can show it up in person on video. While they're getting that, we have the return of armaments.
Yes.
So we've recently spoiled the Lunar Conduit before, but there's also some iconic cards such as Prismatic Edge and Impact Hammer. So look forward to that as well. They look a lot better in person than in like a picture. Yep.
Yeah, these look absolutely great. It's super cool to have Prismatic Edge get one as well, since it's only foil version, as far as I know, is the Kickstarter foil,
Yeah.
which is years ago by now, right? So
Yeah.
very hard to get those.
Thank you. So which camera do I show? Oh, well, I'll give it to you guys first.
Oh, cool.
Oh, these are the curio foils. Very cool.
Well, that's blue?
Yeah, you hold that one.
Yeah.
Was that the diamonds?
Yeah, blue of diamonds.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, bolt of diamonds. Oh,
Oh, it's bolts.
that's going to be an expensive one.
Oh, yeah. You want to generate a lot of those.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can we have you guys go up and like...
Oh, yeah. I only have one, so.
Oh.
Oh, that's Yeah. Yeah, you go.
You guys, it's okay.
The Arasan fans.
Yeah, you can just hand that right to me, actually.
We got one of the angels as well.
I've got to show you the armaments.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I put it down by Solar.
Ooh, memento.
There you go. Yeah. Both diamonds.
Yeah, just hand it to me, man. I'm right here.
All right, so that's gonna be all for Radiant Origins for product and like spoilers. Thank you for joining me here. We're gonna go over. Oh, sorry, one more slide. Spoiler season starts March 10th.
Cool.
So a lot of content creators here and more will be making a spoiler video. It's gonna start a bit later than normal because this dev stream is actually earlier than normal. So yes, yes. So yeah. Next, I would like to invite Belle and Eva on, and they're gonna talk about lore. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello? We good? Okay, awesome. Hello, everyone. This is Belle, creative lead at Weaves of the Shore, and today I am joined with a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Eva. I'm on a podcast called Talk GA. I also have a channel called Eva Plays Stuff, and I'm a big enjoyer of the lore, so really honored to be invited to talk about it with you today.
I'm really honored to have you here to talk
Yeah.
about lore. And so today we have procured a couple questions from Twitter.
A couple.
Yeah, but
A
also
couple.
Eva has come up with some questions as well. We're gonna talk mostly about RDO today and hopefully get you guys excited about the lore for the set.
Yeah, so one of the things I love about Grand Archive is just engaging with the story, the characters, the world, the lore. And so I'm really happy that we got to carve out some time to just talk about it. But after seeing that presentation, I almost wish that we could just throw out all these questions and just chat about raccoons and weasels. Like, what's going on with the raccoons?
The raccoons are very, very important to
They're
they're
essential to the
essential to the
yes.
lore.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So back to RDO. That's what
Yes.
this is about. Let's just start with, what are the overarching themes of RDO?
Yeah, so with RDO, it is our very first capstone set. And with the capstone set, what we're hoping to do is kind of go through all of the lore and all of the champions and all of the cool things that have happened up until this point. So like 3 years of sets have come out now. And it's our first set that we've kind of come back to be like a full culmination of everything that we've done for 3 years. In this particular set, though, we wanted to focus on something that we haven't really talked about very much, which is the villains. So I think a lot of
Ooh.
people were kind of expecting RDO to be more like, oh, we're going to see wrapping up of the previous stories. But we realized that instead of doing that, we haven't actually truly sort of introduced our villains very well or what their motives are. So we're hoping to kind of give you guys the very first taste of what you guys might have seen before, which is the Proto Archive. And I'm going to show some spoiler cards here.
Proto Archive, we've heard those
so
words.
Let's take a look at this
Look
slide.
at
If
that
the
mean.
producer son is okay. Good? Okay, no worries.
All right, we're stalling.
We're stalling. I did click it. Click it again. Okay.
So raccoons.
Okay, one more time.
Oh.
There we go. So we have some lore cards here. The very first one being the Proto Archive Scout. We're not going to read all of their effects and such right now. You guys can all do that at home. I'm sure you guys are already doing that. You may have heard about the Proto Archive when we've been talking about the Merlin Recollection and the story that was happening there. People saw the Proto Archive crest, and there was some little bit introduction of this entity called the Proto Archive. So we're kind of diving a little bit more into that. We have the Scout here. And then we also have some familiar faces and maybe a face that may not be too familiar here. So we have Zheng Zhao, which was in the Sangguo set there, and also with someone else who, Eva, would you like to guess who this might be?
Oh my goodness. I'm like Sango characters. Zhou like Zhou Yun?
It's a character we haven't seen before.
Oh my goodness. Is this Jin and Liu Bei's child?
No.
Oh, dang it, no.
This
I tried. I really
Well,
tried.
we will get to that. We will get to that.
Okay.
This is actually Zuo Si, which you guys actually mentioned on the Talk GA podcast before.
Oh, we did?
Because Zuo Si was the one that gave Zhang Zhao the book. that we have famously, everyone was like,
The
who is this
Luopan?
guy? Yeah, the Luopan.
Oh my gosh.
So who is Zosu and where has Zosu been? What has he been up to? What is his influence on Sanggo? And we're kind of seeing that for the first time here in the flavor text here. You can also see it says, with this book, you can save your people. So it kind of has some, murmurings of evilness to it.
Yes.
As you guys may know from the Sanggo lore. And also Zosu was the one that showed up in Kongming's article as well.
Okay. That's
Then we have
exciting.
One
It all
more very exciting new character
Oh.
that's going to show up
Okay.
in RDO. We have another familiar face, but also a
Tristan.
new face. So this card is called Tune Up. Here we see Tristan getting a tune-up from a different character. This character, can I spoil the name of this character?
Permission, please?
Yeah? Okay. This character, her name is Beatrice.
Beatrice.
I will leave you all with that. We don't know what Beatrice's motives are yet, but perhaps you'll be seeing Beatrice in other RDO cards doing other, maybe some nefarious things in the background. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Wow. Okay, I have to ask, is this the scene of Tristan having her mechanical arm installed after Lorraine Merlin cut it off?
So this is not her getting it installed, but it is the person who installed the arm for
Okay,
her,
okay.
giving her a tune-up after she comes back from her mission at Azoth.
Cool.
So you get to kind of see like, I wonder what she learned from that experience and what kind of tune-ups she's receiving here. And hopefully we'll get to see that in the future.
How very exciting.
Yes.
Okay, well, gosh, I want to ask you so much more about the Proto Archive, but I think we have to shelf that for a little bit. We should
Yes.
establish maybe the world that we're
Right.
talking about here. It's like you mentioned, 3 years of this game, and we've barely talked about the home world.
Right.
The world where most of the characters that we know and love came from.
Right.
So for anyone who is new to Grand Archive's lore, can you give an explanation of the homeworld and what the Grand Archive is?
Yeah, so just to clarify that point just a little bit, I think there is a little bit of confusion because some champions are from the homeworld, meaning that they were born there. That is their origin world, is what we've been saying internally. And there are some characters who are not from the homeworld, who have been born in other worlds, but then kind of plucked and then put into the homeworld. You can imagine the homeworld is like where the Grand Archive resides, is a base of operations of sorts, and that is where the Grand Archive operates out of. And once you've been chosen to become a champion, that's kind of your own base of operations as well. So you then, from then on, begin to live in the homeworld. And
Got
I guess you would call your homeworld your home, but it might not be your origin world that you came
Your
from
second
initially.
home, sure.
Yeah, your home away from home.
Okay.
Yeah, and the homeworld is where all the champions receive their missions and then go out to do their missions and come back to as well. So usually champions are just traveling between the homeworld and then whatever world they're going to.
So what does the Grand Archive do? Like, what is its purpose? Why does it send champions out?
So the Grand Archive is an unfeeling entity. It doesn't have particular emotions. It's not an emotionally driven, it's kind of a machine. It's like a computer in a way. And what it does is it identifies worlds that need saving. So worlds that are going to die, whether that's of natural causes where the world seed is just withering away and it needs saving, or whether there is an external threat, a la the Proto Archive, coming in and causing some problems that needs help with. The people of that world don't have the power to do it themselves, so the Grand Archive sends champions out. It also determines how many champions to send out, and also which champions to send out. Again, it is unfeeling, so it doesn't really have anything to do with, oh, this person really wants to go. It's more of like what can the Grand Archive do to maximize the chance of success at saving that world?
Who has the skill set?
Right, while also
experience.
trying to consider you can't always just send the best champions out to every single event, right? So if it's a lower level threat, they might send some newer champions, or they might mix it up with some new champions and some more experienced champions together on a mission.
Okay, so it's a machine, but like, who really makes the rules? Is it just the machine does?
It is kind of like a self-regulating entity. However, there are a lot of politics in the home world.
Okay.
So if you play your cards right, which maybe perhaps a certain butler may have done in order to be placed in certain worlds or to be
Yes,
sent out to
CL,
certain
CL.
worlds. I didn't say that, but yeah. That they, can perhaps get sent to certain places that they would prefer to go to, or if they have like ulterior motives, mayhaps.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so there has been a lot of emphasis on godhood in the materials around RDO. The pursuit of godhood, like all of these champions that are in the Grand Archive are, ambitiously hoping to eventually ascend to godhood, become a god if they succeed on enough missions, right?
Right.
They're building their cred. And then we also see Pantheon, the gods are bestowing their boons upon the champions. Can you talk a bit more about godhood in this world and maybe what the journey looks like from a champion to a god?
Right, so kind of the goal for champions, and there may be some altruistic champions out there who are just doing it because they want to save people and they want to help other people, but ultimately the goal of champions is to ascend to godhood. Part of what happens when a champion goes out on these missions, if they complete successfully, they receive divine energy, and as they gain more divine energy, complete more successful missions, that's when they become strong enough to actually challenge the gods, maybe in something like Pantheon, and they are able to kind of showcase their skills and maybe perhaps have a chance at ascension. And also Rebel Fest is part of that whole ascension rite as well.
Ooh,
Yes.
it all ties together. That's really cool. How many gods exist exactly? We know a lot because
Right.
there's a top 100, which
Right.
sounds very prestigious.
It's impossible for me to give a number for that because also we probably don't know how many champions exist just in general, but there's obviously going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are trying to become gods. Whether how many percentage of that is successful, who can say? Because some gods may receive attain ascension, but they may be a little bit more stealthy about it, and they may not want the whole fanfare around it, and choose to be a little bit more on the outside of it as well.
Got it. There's a very infamous message from Silidar on Discord where he explains the whole, level 1s to 3 are the champions,
Right.
and then level 4 is demigods, and levels 5, 6, and 7 are gods.
Right.
Is that
Yeah, so we
real,
can
true?
we actually have quite a good number of examples of that already. So we have someone like Lubu.
The level 4, yes.
Yeah, so we have someone like Lubu, for example, that was the whole idea of Sango was how can we the goal there a bit from the PA is how can we artificially create a god? Is that possible? And Lubu is probably the closest that they get at artificially recreating a god, which is why Lubu is level 4. So that's why she has a higher kind of power threshold than a regular champion does.
And more life.
Yeah, and also if you win at Worlds, you receive a card where the card becomes
Yes.
ascendant. So we had the Lorraine Ascendant Wings with Glenny Boy, and that
Love
is
him.
another example of a champion has ascended, so they have kind of gone past that level 3 threshold into level 4. So who knows? Maybe in the future we may see some. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not saying that as a teaser. I don't know. We don't know yet, but maybe.
If
who
you
knows?
don't know, who knows?
Yeah.
So, like Pantheon, I got a question. Do the gods have particular relationships with the champions? Because some of the boons are like synergize with certain champions better. Do the gods choose who to give their boons to, who to bless?
Yeah, so there are some more kind of generic boons. I'm sure you've seen a lot of the boon cards over this weekend. Some of the boon cards are the top 100 gods, but some of them are just lesser gods that exist in the world. There are certain gods who will take on kind of mentor. They will go and mentor
okay.
champions, so they have mentee champions. And you'll see that particularly with the Pantheon starter decks. So all of those champions have like a mentor god, and they have a relationship with that god as well. So those ones we actually do have established internally, and they have like even like what their relationship looks like, what kind of banter they might have with each other. Those are all things that we have been thinking about. Hopefully we'll have lore about that in the future, but you'll see a little bit in the flavor text with those champions as well.
Okay, I can't wait to dive into all the flavor text.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the boons, there are some of the boons have illustrations that have characters in them. are those illustrations depictions of the appearance of the gods? Are we seeing what they look like for the first time?
So the boons themselves are not depicting the gods. So they might be other champions that have been mentored by those gods before, or
Okay.
even kind of more like a religious symbol of the god. So it's not necessarily, it could be a depiction of the god, but I wouldn't say that it's always going to be a one-for-one, like they are definitely some kind of depiction of any of the gods.
Okay, so far we don't know what any of the gods in the Grand Archive look
Not
like
yet, no. Yes,
okay,
not yet.
okay, got it. And I also have to ask, there are some fan favorite god characters out there, Luxera and Proxia, who you wrote an awesome lore article about called Regaling Regalia.
Credit to Roger over there.
Thanks, Roger. Are they going to make an appearance in RDO? People are dying to see them again.
You'll have to wait and see.
Love that
Perhaps-
answer.
Yeah, perhaps you'll see in the future.
Okay, people are very excited to see how
Yeah.
their relationship, their fun relationship, is gonna keep developing. Okay, so there's gods, and the lore articles also mention angels, or rather, we just saw a bunch of angels
We did.
on the presentation, but I didn't know about that when I wrote these questions. So you say the gods and the angels walk and fly among humans. Prior to this, we didn't know very much about angels at all.
Right.
So there's the four archangels. There's guidance angels like Trisket. There's guardian angels. They were mentioned in the CL lore article.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about angels? And I noticed that all of the angels had advanced element imbue on them. Are all angels associated with advanced elements?
So they're not all advanced elements. However, the archangels in particular are kind of guardians of certain advanced elements. That being said, there could be more archangels in the future, but for now we only have the 4 that are shown. The angels are kind of the citizens of the homeworld. So remember how earlier I was saying some of the champions may be from the homeworld, but some of them are not? You can probably assume that most of the angels are going to be from the homeworld. Angels have a lot to do with the homeworld's history and creation, and also the creation of the
Ooh.
Grand Archive itself, which
Oh, okay,
hopefully we'll
okay,
be able
okay.
to get into a little bit more in the future.
That's a lore drop if I've heard one. Okay, I almost feel like I've got the answer now, but I was very curious about if there's a hierarchy between the gods and the angels. Is one more powerful than the other?
I would say that the gods are going to be the most powerful beings in the general universe of
Okay.
Grand Archive. The angels have their own sense of power, but I wouldn't really compare it to a champion's power. Their power might be a little bit more subtle, as in, it's not like fighting power necessarily, like if they were to 1v1,
1v1 fight
who
me.
would win, right,
Yeah.
right. But the angels are more, they kind of control different things within the homeworld and also have a much longer lifespan than the lifespan of a human. Obviously, that's compared to a god is immortal, right? So that would be an unfair comparison. So it's a very different type of being, if that makes sense.
Okay. I love how much we're fleshing out this world that we're seeing
Yeah.
here. So we also have the Pantheon. The Pantheon is happening not only just in the real world, because we now have this awesome multiplayer format that we got to play all weekend. It's also happening in the home world. The gods have bid the champions to fight for who's test their strength in the arena. Is there anything besides glory that the champions are gaining or losing in this fight?
So remember how I mentioned the politics
Yes,
earlier?
yes.
So the idea is that the Pantheon, while they might be gaining glory or recognition, they might also get a little bit more leeway in political situations because of the recognition and whatnot that they're gaining. And some gods may even choose to pick up a champion as a mentee because they see like potential within them during
That
the
makes
Pantheon.
sense.
Yeah, so there's a lot truly actually at stake, even though there's not really anything at stake. No one's dying. It's not a death match. There's no money on the line. But I think in the world of the home world, there is a lot at stake for these champions who are all trying to ascend to godhood.
With these politics, would they maybe get to have more like choice in what kind of missions they go on, which
Right,
worlds they get
things
sent
like-
to?
things like that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I love that. Okay, finally, we can start talking about the Proto Archive, which was, of course, teased in the Merlin Recollection deck, and now we've seen those cards referencing the Proto Archive. It has been speculated that the Proto Archive is an early prototype of the Grand Archive that was abandoned because it was subpar in comparison to the Grand Archive, and now maybe it's acting out of spite, trying to destroy the very worlds that the Grand Archive is trying to save. How much of that speculation is true?
There's not too much I can confirm right now, but I can say that you guys are onto something with the name Proto Archive being a prototype. I think that was pretty obvious with the naming of it. So you guys are onto something, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out more.
Okay, what about Merlin? What are you able to tell us? What does the Proto Archive offer Merlin besides the ability to travel between worlds? And did Merlin only start causing trouble because she joined the Proto Archive, or does she have kind of a evil constitution?
I would say that if you take a look at the recollection story, what I was hoping to achieve with it, and I talked about it a lot on Twitter because I did feel like I do think Merlin has done terrible, irredeemable things.
Murder.
However, I'm looking at Cam right now. But I do think that Merlin's story is supposed to be a little bit bittersweet. Her journey with the Proto Archive is supposed to be her trying to find a way to get her sister back, and it's a lot of her doing things that, you know, if you have a loved one and you are on that brink, you might consider, well, how far would you go for someone that you care about, like care that much about, right? And that's kind of the test with Merlin. Is she evil, or is she really just trying to save her sister, right? I would say the Proto Archive in that framework does offer her a lot of flexibility. She has, you know, in the Grand Archive, you were kind of subject to whatever the politics allow you to do, right? But with the Proto Archive, you have a little bit more freedom, perhaps, to go and explore different options, to maybe do a little bit more unethical things that the Grand Archive might not let you experiment with, that would help you find this answer if you're really desperately seeking one, so.
Cool. Also, this just randomly hit me. Is Tristan part of the Proto Archive?
Yes.
Okay, I just realized that. We saw
Yes.
her when you were talking about the Proto Archive. Oh my gosh, okay, wow. Lore drop.
All right, I think we're on our last couple of questions.
We are?
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, okay. Then we have to talk about Mordred then, unfortunately, because that's the other product here.
Right.
He's become the king of fairies. Gildas is now a fairy. What's up with that?
So with the Mordred Recollection, I want to do a quick shout out. Apricot, who has been writing some of the lore articles.
She's amazing.
She was able to, I kind of let her have a little bit more freedom with the Mordred Recollection. So she was the one who wrote all the flavor text for that. So if you guys like
Wow.
that, yeah, big props to Apricot for that. The idea with the Mordred Recollection is that Gildas may have always been a fairy. We just didn't know. As fairies are pretty, you know, notoriously tricky and like to conceal their identities. That's kind of maybe the hidden surprise.
She had an invisible type line on her card that we never saw.
Yeah, so after Mordred and Gildas fall in love, he assumes the mantle of sort of like the fairy king because of what Gildas actually is.
Okay.
Yeah. Be sure to read the flavor text on those cards.
Awesome. Are we out of time?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Wait, what does that mean?
We're good. Okay, we're good. I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
having me.
thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, and we're going to bring on Andy, Roger, and Tyler to talk a little bit about the upcoming very amazing promo cards that you might receive if you participate in future events. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
It's getting me real bad.
It was okay last time. We're almost there.
True, we're almost there.
I think.
All right, guys, we're back. So, hi, Once in Love, again, here from Serene Balance Productions. And I'm here joined by the Director of Operations, Roger Chen, as well as the Head of Organized Play, Andy Kay. We're here to talk about, I believe, some events and some pretty cool details. Andy said he's excited for me to see them, so I'm nervous but very excited because there's always really cool stuff.
Oh, always are. All right, so we're going to start by clicking stuff. So just remind everyone, we have pre-registration for Nationals beginning on March 6th, And our pre-registration this time around is a thermos water bottle.
Water Merlin. Actual water Merlin. Pretty good. Pretty good. I like that. That's clever. It's great.
All right, next we're going to get to the breakdown of nationals and how you can qualify for our World Championship and Gauntlet for 2026. So every year, we try to evaluate the amount of World and Gauntlet invites given out at each of our nationals to make sure that it makes sense for our player base in each of those regions. So you're going to see some adjustments from last year. So starting with North America, we have 6 Worlds invites and then 10 Gauntlet invites, so a clean top 16. Going to EU, we've seen some growth in that region the last year. So on top of 2 Worlds invites, we're extending to 6 Gauntlet invites. For OCE, unfortunately, we do only have 16 Worlds invites to give out. That's something we want to keep doing from year to year. So we're shrinking them down to 2 Worlds invites, but extending their gauntlet down to up to 10 invites. And then SEA has had incredible growth over this last year, so we're extending it to 6 Worlds invites and 10 gauntlet invites.
It's a pretty big change here overall. I guess it's a change. It does reflect, like you said, the growth in both regions. So it's really good to see that you guys are like following the growth and everything and keeping balance between all the regions here for the World season.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to evaluate every year. So if we see some incredible growth in OCE and EU, we might do a 5-5-3-3 split. So, but that's something we intend to evaluate and change if it's required every year. So going into what you can win at these events. So our day 2 prize card is going to be Necklace of Foresight.
I can hear Cam's wallet screaming already. Screaming. It's all the way over there.
All right, and then our qualifier card for nationals is 3 of Hearts.
My wallet's screaming now. No, man. That is way too good. Also, of course, Guel, I believe. It looks like a Guel card. Guel, fantastic artist. 100% must have. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. So it's great to see that the prize cards for every event continually improve. And it's relevant too, because like this is one of the most played cards in Fire right now.
Yeah, we want our cards to be exciting. We want it to when you qualify for Worlds or the Gauntlet that you are excited no matter what from Nationals. So we're going to go into our pricing breakdown next. So starting with North America, we have a $15,000 prize pool. First place is going to get $3,000. It's going to get 4 of those 3 of Hearts promos, 4 RDO boxes, 4 PTM boxes, qualification for Worlds, as well as travel and accommodations covered. And I'm not going to read through each of those, just knowing that 9 through 16, you're still getting cash, you're still getting a CPR, and you're qualifying for that gauntlet. Going next to Southeast Asia, it's the exact same as North America. We have the same amount of gauntlet invites, we have the same amount of Worlds invites. It makes sense for the pricing to be the same. Oceania, we have $11,000 total in that prize pool, $2,500 for first place, 4 national CPR still, 5 boxes of each of those sets, and still qualification for Worlds. Everyone who qualifies for Worlds does get their travel and accommodation covered. In the national sports, 11,000 euro prize pool with all of those accommodations covered for Worlds, as well as all those awesome prizes. And then our gauntlet pricing breakdown, sports about a $20,000 prize pool, same as last year. First through 8th to get $1,000, qualify for Worlds, and then everyone's going to get a super VIP package just for playing. And then our Worlds prize pool is also the same as last year, $20,000 for first place, $10,000 for second place. But first place gets something very, very exciting, which I'm going to pass the microphone to Roger.
Yeah, and luckily it was spoiled, I guess, in the art right there. So taking a look at the World's Prize card for 2026, it is Transcendental Right, which is the Imperial Seal, except leveled up, a 1/1 card, specifically for the winner of the Worlds of 2026. So just as we've saw Quicksilver Grail become Sacramental Right and Grand Crusader's Ring become Apotheosis Right, this is a continuation of our 1/1 prize card series, fully gold stamped, textured, CPR treatment, specifically just for the Grand Champion of 2026.
This card is gorgeous. One of the things I've really liked about how you guys have done the different rights over the years is the gold text not just being on the name of the card like the CRs generally have, but also being the entire text of the card makes it feel extra special, right? Nothing else in the game has this.
Exactly.
And I think you guys have continued to do a fantastic job with these cards.
Yeah, and of course we see that they're appreciated every year after year, and so we want to continue to improve that. And of course, not to be left out, but if you do receive top 8, you'll get getting a CPR Cheshire Cat instead. Of course, drawn by Lovely Fang every time, every iteration. Always mischievous, always cheery. A new iteration of different cats for every time, as we've seen on Topsy Decree. I'm sure you won't be disappointed as well for top 8.
That's really cool. Heavenly Guides were cool. This is really cool. It's a fantastic art. It's a fantastic card. I think these always being playable cards is also really, really important. People before were worried because Heavenly Guide wasn't played as much. Obviously, with our new RDO discussion here of all these new ways to level up faster, it might be way better. So, I mean, people will look at this and think it's a fantastic price. On top of already the amazing pricing you guys give out, having prize cards like this is really meaningful.
Yeah, and of course, now with Pantheon, you can flex with just one copy of a card, and so now looking at how to acquire some of these rare pieces, there's a great casual format you can play with friends, you can play at Ascents, you can play at bigger events, just showcase kind of the variety of your collection that you've received over the past years. Now, after that, a little bit from Worlds, we're super excited to announce a really special collaboration that I've actually been personally working on for the past year. Of course, we've been always really appreciative of the fantastic art, the anime style, and a lot of the iconic artists that we've worked with in the past, as well as been inspired by in the future. And so we're super excited to announce a collaboration with an iconic TCG artist and illustrator, as well as the Japanese artist, Fujichoko. And so part of this series will expand across multiple different pieces that we've worked together with her to select out from her original collection to feature within Grand Archive, within the cards, and our beautiful treatments, starting with the promo for Anime Expo, Pure Beyond.
Whoa, okay.
So you were at Anime Expo last year.
I
So this will be
was.
taking place of the Flame Swordsman promo that we've had, given out exclusively then.
That is awesome. This is like super, super cool. If you are like an anime art person, you'll instantly recognize names like this, right?
Yeah.
This is, it may not be super well known to a lot of the TCG players, but this is like, I don't know, I would almost say this is like, not quite a LeBron James, but like it's like a very recognizable name like that.
For a lot of us on the team, Silidar, she's been one of his favorite artists, and so she's kind of tracked a lot of the releases. And we're just really excited to be able to work with her, and especially bring some of these more licensed iconic pieces to life. And of course, with Anime Expo, we release SP every year. And so without any fail, SP4 will release at Anime Expo, also featuring another card, Tend the Land in CSR.
Where's Cam? Cleric
there.
card? Cameron? This is better than Ari, man.
Yeah, it's not Ari bonus, just Clark bonus.
I think this is really cool. So it's not just, a one-off promo. There's a collection of these collaboration promos that are coming, not just through a products like Supporter Pack, but also through, big name conventions or events that we're going to be seeing. I'm just really excited to see what else is in that collection. Because, you've
Yeah,
already
we haven't
shown us some
finished
pretty
it,
good
right?
stuff. Yeah, we're like right at the beginning, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of pieces, even at Anime Expo, that we haven't, aren't able to announce right at the moment. So just keep in mind that, here we will be at Anime Expo, and so keep an eye out on potential future announcements for this as well. And so, circling back to Worlds, of course, we're announcing the entry or package promo for Worlds. And so this will be the CPR package you receive with your super VIP invite, a Mystic Purifier promo. Of course, this one in CPR, and then the basic packages more in extended foil.
so there'll be the extended foil and then also a non-foil?
Yeah, correct.
That's pretty sick. So if you also make it to Worlds, you're guaranteed to get one of these because you get the super VIP
Sorry,
package. too.
it's just in extended foil.
Oh, okay. I see.
But yeah, if you do make it to Worlds or qualify through the Gauntlet, you'll be receiving one of these with your super VIP package. If you needed more motivation to perform. Now, of course, just
The
to sum up
motivation to perform
collaboration,
is knowing that I will buy the card. That's your motivation to perform.
This is part of the collaboration project that we've worked together on with Fujichoko. including the first 3 arts. But not only that, going into next year, 2027, we're super excited to work with her on an original champion design being introduced into Grand Archive at that time.
I really hope she's a cat girl. I'm just hoping for it. I'm hoping for it. This is so cool. The expansion of Grand Archive as a world and as an IP into something this well-known is huge. So, I mean, big congratulations to you guys for getting that through. And I look forward to seeing what else comes here.
Yeah, no, thank you. We're just so excited to be able to take this step and work with a lot of these renowned artists in a bunch of different and interesting ways and showcase them in the treatment of Grand Archive as a TCG and as a unique IP and entity. Now, of course, without knowing any more about Worlds, we want to, of course, announce Tristan, level 4. Congratulations to Taylor Bobo on his win. This is a Tristan Ascendant Shadow. Of course, Tristan lineage, level 4, champion, assassin, human, 28 life. Pay 2,025, of course, increased by 1, and summon any amount of Ominous Shadow tokens. For the rest of the game, attack cards you own have on hit.
On hit, you may rest and declare an
attack with a Fantasia ally you control. If you do, put this card in that attacker's intent, activate this ability.
only
Only
if
if
Tristan is an ascendant.
Yeah. Good luck getting it off in Pantheon. I'm
It's-
excited to see those games.
It's interesting to see that level 4 non-warrior is 28 life.
Yeah, it follows the cadence where I think Warrior is 30, and then Guardian.
It just goes up by 3, yeah. In that case. I gotta say, Taylor's got a really nice signature.
Yeah.
That's actually a really nice
Dan, is that
signature.
his original, or did he practice for it?
Oh,
Approved,
community artist
approved.
Shoko Felicia helped him with that makes sense. That makes sense. That is gorgeous. I am really surprised he didn't want it to be Merlin.
Well, he won on Tristan.
That's
so
true.
that was
That's
the
true.
deck
That's,
that
makes,
he
yeah,
had to choose.
that's true.
But of course, just like last year, this card will be in SP4 in CPR treatment, but also in foil extended, it will be included in your Worlds package. And then in non-foil, it will be in the topper for SP4. And so just to cover the Worlds packages, we are revamping a bit of the system here. We won't go through all of this here, but this will be available on Eventbrite for you to go over and review. So simply, we're just rebranding some of the packages and reorganizing some of the benefits. We're now entry, their basic package is gold. Platinum will be kind of that second level champion package, with Diamond being the start of VIP, and VIP and Super VIP basically reprising the same difference. So the difference here is that Diamond won't include the VIP lounge access that some people chose to use or didn't choose to use, and we're just separating that benefit for supply.
I think that's really good. That is a big one, but also just having things that are more clear to the value that people would want when they come to an event. Because obviously you buy a ticket because you want to come to the event, you want to play in the main event or be a part of that, and then having the options to get all of the other in between things is really cool. Is this like design format going to be going for all Ascents going forward? There'll be a redistribution of levels.
Yep, correct. So this is the first reprisal you'll see at Ascent Worlds, and this will be the ticket package style going forward after Worlds as well.
Awesome. That's super sick. Also, just to note with what you guys have been doing with the Ascent stuff, the Dreamweave mats, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They're great. They feel great. They're also really light. But yeah, I think this is a great idea. Super great idea.
Yeah. And so, we're really excited about Worlds, but of course over the summer, there's going to be a lot of new merch we want to feature as well. And so we're super happy to announce a summation.
That's my goat right there. That's my goat. Foam is my goat. I love that guy.
Showcasing the Merlin jacket. But one's over here wearing it as well, if you noticed on stream. Sending some pictures floating around on Twitter. So we'll be happy to announce kind of the sample that we've received from them. And so this Merlin Brilliant Vestige bomber jacket will be available over the summer of 2026. So look forward to it at events like Anime Expo, Worlds, etc.
This jacket's really light. It's really nice. Fantastic windbreaker style. If you're not familiar with Emerald stuff, their stuff is great. This is just a perfect reflection of that. So seeing a great brand work with a great IP, it turned out to be an amazing product overall. So you guys will like this if you're interested in jackets like this.
Yeah, and that's not all that we premiered at the creator event. The creators also had the first chance to look at the sandbox that Grand Archive has developed that we've worked tirelessly on since last Worlds. Last Worlds, we kind of gave you a vague date. We weren't sure when we were announcing it. We wanted to confirm that currently we'll be planning early access available in March. So just in a few weeks, you'll be able to personally, as a public, get your hands on the sandbox to play around, try out the game. for a lot of people that I've seen that, were interested but don't have a locals, don't have maybe the kind of like budget at the time to buy and dive into a deck, this is a great way to try out Grand Archive. And we're super happy to announce it and present it to the public for free.
Yeah, so I had a chance to go through this and play around on the sandbox a little bit. Everything is very clean and straightforward. I think what I really like the most about it is that because everything is built for Grand Archive, you feel a lot different than like playing it on something like, Tabletop Simulator, for example, where it's just like you do a lot of random things that make the actions work. This feels like you're playing Grand Archive. It doesn't feel like a big disjoint from playing it on webcam or playing it in person. The product is amazing, and I'm really excited to look how it's going to come out in the future when it's fully developed.
Yeah, for sure. We want this to emulate almost as best as we can of physically playing Grand Archive without replacing that fully, because I think things like being in person, things like being in your store is still our priority. But for people wanting a quick way to try the game from home, or being able to play with friends online, or just being able to showcase or stream the game for market or for content creation, this is a great way for us to invest and showcase that potential to a larger audience.
Yeah, especially when you're like me and you live in the middle of nowhere.
Now, of course, we announced that we will be attending Anime Expo. That'll be July 2nd to July 5th at the Los Angeles Convention Center. We'll be front and center, so I think you actually just can't miss us when you enter the hall, so it'll be a big change to look forward to.
Yeah, AX is great. If you have a chance to come by AX, you should. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Coming to see what Grand Archive has at AX is always cool, too, because you generally get to see things that people haven't seen yet, which is both fun, especially if you like the art for the game a lot. You get to see early art, not necessarily early cards, but you can see new features and stuff. You can bring your friends. We usually run demos. I don't know how it will be this year, but someone's always happy to explain things to you.
Yeah, and AX has always been super welcoming for us, a super great experience for us to expand into kind of the anime sphere, the industry, but also great exposure into the SoCal area. And it's actually where we picked up kind of like the MRH collaboration, discussions with Fujichoko. And so for us, we're always happy to come back to Anime Expo every year. Now, without further ado, there was a lot of coverage about Worlds, but fear not, there are still more events available after. We're super excited to announce our return to the land down under, South Melbourne, September 12th to 13th, 2026.
Yeah, Limelight, woo! Woo!
So this will be the first Ascent after Worlds, which means set 10 will have released by then. It'll be the first set exploring that new meta.
Do we get to know what the name of set 10 is soon?
No.
I tried for you guys.
RDO
I
first.
tried for you. This would be cool. Maybe I'll go to Ascend Melbourne for my birthday, right after my birthday. Oh, well, it's in. We're in. We're
free
locking it
housing.
in. All right.
Now with that, I'm sure we'll pass it over, or I'm sure this has been much anticipated. We're going over the banner restrict update, and I'll pass it back to Andy for this.
Thank you very much, Roger. All right, man restricted update February 23rd. Let's go over Cat 3 first. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
I was holding my unmakes here,
In Cat 2, we're putting unmake duality there. All of the reasoning behind this change. Oh, I gotta click the button. All the reasoning behind this. I gotta click again? All the reasoning behind this change will be in the article posted tomorrow. And then category gone, we have no changes.
I have a question for you with the BNR. At the last Ascent, you talked about the BNR. You talked about the expansion of Category 1. Was that detailed already, or would that be in this BNR?
If it hasn't been detailed already in a BNR article, it will be detailed in this one.
Okay, cool. I missed it. I'm sorry, guys. It's been busy.
But yeah, that's the end of our presentation.
Woo!
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here for the RDO dev stream. It's been a really exciting time. Thank you for showing us all of the new exciting things to come throughout the rest of this year, whether it's events, whether it's the lead up into Worlds, or the other things that you're interested in, right? Pantheon, Anime Expo, and what else is to come. So thank you again for joining me here, Roger and Andy, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you all on the stream.
Thank you.